Hello everybody in YouTube land, welcome back to my channel Rover Turbo. In this video I've purchased another car with a problem. It's a 2009 Mondeo Estate. It's a 2 litre diesel. It's a titanium, I believe. Picked it up cheap because it's got a running problem, a starting problem, and a immobilizer problem, I believe. Sometimes it starts, runs fine, and then sometimes it doesn't. So literally I'm just waiting for a call from the guy who's delivering it, because it's come from Ipswich area, somewhere like that. So just waiting for the phone call. When he gives me a call, we'll get it delivered and we'll have a look around it and see what we got. Stay tuned. Right, well, here it is. It's quite a little smart thing, to be honest with you. Nice colour, metallic. When it pulled up on the back of the truck, I mean, I've seen pictures of it obviously, but it's not the same as seeing a car in real life. So this is the first time I've had a chance to have a look around it. It's literally just turned up. Obviously the alloys are a little bit scuffed on there. There's a couple of little marks down here, little chips and stuff, but nothing, you know, nothing what I would be worrying about. A few scuffs on the wheel. It's got a heated screen. It's been a titanium edition. Front bumper looks okay, no cracks or dents. Same on the wheels. Chip there. I think, was there a dent in the arch? Is this the one with a dent in the arch? I look at so many cars, I can't remember what I've bought and what I haven't bought. No. Oh, is there? Is that? That might have been it. Scratch there. Tow bar. A few marks, a few dinks. Obviously being a problem car, it's got bits everywhere, stuff people have taken apart. What's that? CD changer. Is there any CDs in it? No. I'm not quite sure what the tax is on this. I know the later ones on the 1.6s are cheap tax. I'm not quite sure because it's a 2 litre what the tax is on this. All looks nice inside, in the rear anyway. So we've got auto lights, 4 electric windows, we've got some electric key on the seats. Just turn that over, it's got someone's name on it. What else we've got? We've got cruise, we've got aircon, that seems to work on in a fashion anyway. It was only on literally for a few seconds. It's got nav, which is obviously going to be crap. I noticed in here, under here, someone's obviously been messing around with it. Someone's contact lenses. So there we go, and 152,000 miles. So let's have a look under the engine bay. Is it under here? Is it? There's a Ford, it's on the other side. Why did they do that and put it on that side? I don't understand that. Oh no, no gas struts. Well, there's the engine, the Dura Torque. the tiny little battery someone's thrown in there. Got a spare battery, mate? Yeah, just chuck that in there. You can tell the size it's supposed to be because of the bracket. So it seems to start, and I think so. That all seems to be good in there. Obviously, I'll have to have a closer look at brakes and tyres and stuff like that. See what it needs. 2 keys. There is some service history. In the book, I believe it's stamped up to about 100,000 miles. I think the last, 2017, 101,000 miles. There is some other paperwork in here. I will go through that. It's got the person's name on there. So I need to go through this and see what it's got. So let's see if it will start. 6-speed. Probably won't start now. Right, so it's got 5 months MOT. It looks like it's been sitting for about 4 months, because that's when the tax was taken off of it. So I don't know if it's had this intermittent problem ever since then. So what I've been told by this, I think it was sold. I think they sold it and it came back, I think, from a trader contact. I think they sold it and it came back. I might be wrong on that, because sometimes it just won't start. Sometimes it'll be fine for days and days and days, and then sometimes it just won't start, and the immobilizer light flashes on the dashboard. So they said that they think it's down to the Kelsey. Is that a VW thing? Can't remember. There's an immobilizer unit or a unit inside the car that needs replacing because it's not communicating with blah blah blah. So that was the fault. So currently it starts and runs fine, but I'm assuming obviously there is a bigger problem, and obviously that's something that I'm going to have to sort of look into. So I want to have a bit of pet look around the service history. I might also get the scanner out and scan the codes and see what it actually comes up with to give me a clue where to start looking. Basically, I didn't take a note of what he said. I couldn't go back and have a look, I suppose, but it's always good to having your own information and work on that rather than someone else's, because it might not be that, it might be something completely different. So it could be a dodgy fuel pump, or it could be anything. I thought the mobilizer issues, normally they start and then they cut out. Start and then for a few seconds and then they cut out. That's normally what happens. Just looking at I think that's the nav. Yeah, it's the nav. It's the nav goes in the radio. So yeah, I'll go and grab the scanner, we'll plug it in, and we'll see what it says. There is an information light on the dashboard, but it's probably because I've got the door open. So, right, I'll go and grab the scanner. Okay, so I've run a full scan on it. It's come up with a few issues: anti-lock braking system, body control module, and the passenger door module. So the anti-lock braking system said that it had lost communication with the steering angle sensor. Was that right? Lost communication with steering angle sensor module. Accelerator pedal sensor. Lost communication with rain sensing module. PAT system. Okay, so this is probably, these ones here are the ones that are going to be the relevant. Passive anti-theft system key, passive anti-theft system key, key less than minimum programmed. No idea. Right, so I've taken a picture of that, and I'm just going to use this search function, which is something that I haven't mentioned before. And what it does is basically, if you're connected to Wi-Fi, it will search the internet for this code. So it'd be interesting to see what it actually comes up with. Engine malfunction. Yeah. When the body control module enters the key programming state, it activates to transceiver to reduce. Okay. So I'm going to have to do a bit of homework on this. So it may be that it's a body control module that needs to be replaced. And I noticed in the book there is a key code in the back. So I'll have to have a look to see whether this unit will code the keys. It will do some cars, it won't. So it's something that I'll have to look into. Right, so this is the immobilizer key function of this Autel, and it's gone into the PAT system, so it's just given me this menu. This is the first time I've used this, so let's go for system status. The number of keys shown by the module is 2. Ignition key status, program ignition key, immobilizer status, okay. So maybe it's just the battery in the fob. On this vehicle, the PATS is located within the BM. Alright, okay. The power control module and the ABS anti-lock braking system. After module replacement, the following actions are required. Right, so I'm assuming the actual, I need to confirm this, but I'm assuming the PAT system, I have to go back in to see whether there's another box I can look into. Is that within the body control module, and that communicates with the ECU and the anti-lock brakes. So after module replacement, the following actions are required. So well, that doesn't really help me, does it? Okay. I don't want to start poking around the buttons here when it's actually running fine. So I think what I'm probably going to do is just take it for a drive, just to see what it drives like first. And then I'll look a bit more into this. I don't know whether it's a separate module or whether it's within the body control unit. Right, so I've been out for a test drive, and it's fine, drives fine. I think there's one of the rear tyres is out of shape or out of balance, or it's got flat spots on it or something. There's something going on there. So I've just come back. I've taken a few pictures of the body control unit. I'm assuming that's what that box is down there. So I'll see whether I can get another one of those, see what price they are. Apparently I've been told they're not a lot of money. So it's come up with a couple of codes after that drive. Accelerator pedal in the power control module. The anti-lock brakes has come up with cannot communicate with the steering angle sensor. When I went into that, it said that it wasn't programmed, and then a few minutes later, while I was looking around, it then said it was programmed. So it could have something to do with the body control module, it could have something to do with the steering angle sensor. I don't think that's the problem with it starting. I think that might be another problem. There always is more than one problem. There's never just one problem that needs sorting, otherwise people just sort it, don't they? So there doesn't seem to be anything else that is related to the immobilizer and alarm, I'm assuming, separately. There's no other unit that it's finding, at least, that seems to be corresponding. So I'm assuming it's down to the body control module. So what I'm going to do, just for shits and giggles, I'm parked up somewhere now where it's going to stay for a while, until I get my head around what's going on. I'm going to just see whether it will recode the keys or key, see what the procedure is, see whether it will do it. Then I'll have a look into, I'll just keep an eye on it every so often. I'll come out and I'll see if it will start, because if it's an intermittent problem, who knows? It's just like, it's impossible, isn't it? It's like that Audi, you know, it would be fine some days, and then one day it just wouldn't start. So right, let me get back into that, and then we'll see what we find. This has got a wealth of service history of stuff that it's had done. It had a full service around 10,000 miles ago, a year ago. Pollen filter, brake fluid. I think it's got 5.1 brake fluid in it. Pollen filter, diesel treatment. It's also had a something to do with DPF. It's also had the rear trailing arm bushes. I think they're common on these. It's also had a cam belt. So it's had the cam belt done at 132,000 miles. So that was done a couple of years ago. So yeah, so I'm just going through the service history at the moment, and it's just, you know, I think it has been serviced. It just hasn't had stuff stamped in the book. Right, so there you go. So that's it on this one. No idea how long this video is. We'll find out in the editing, I suppose. So yeah, I'm actually quite happy with it. It's quite a nice looking car. There's just something about these estates, they look quite stylish. Oh, I better not leave those keys in there, would I? You never know. It's quite a smart looking car with the rear tints and stuff, the little boot spoiler. Yeah, quite a nice looking car. Yeah, so that's it on this video. I hope you found it interesting, and obviously I will. Right, so that's it on this video. I hope you found it interesting, and I hope you follow me along for the repair. Obviously I'll do a lot more homework in the background as to, you know, whether I'm, that's what they've told me. I don't know if it is that. It could be something completely unrelated. We've got no idea. It could be the ECU, the engine ECU. He said it just doesn't start. I don't know, is it cranked? Does it do nothing? I've no idea. So that's it on this one. I have also bought two other cars. One's going to be coming soon, which is a Ford Focus, which is another dead car, sort of dead car. And I've also bought another car as well, which is an Audi A6, which is another estate car, 3 litre V6 diesel Quattro, with a lacking power problem. Takes ages to, there's no power, but all the power. So I've been fiddling with it this morning because I haven't actually collected it yet. I've been fiddling with it this morning, trying to figure out, been doing some temporary fixes on it, and I think I may have come to what it is on that. I'm not sure. Again, it's gone to a garage, can't figure out the issue. It just says the MAF sensor's faulty. So they've replaced the MAF sensor. I've taken it to a specialist and they've gone, oh, you need a new MAF sensor. Yeah, we've already been there, mate. So there you go. That's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I shall see you in the next one. Cheers.